road was closed in 1922 at the time of partition, and of course remained closed during the 25 years of conflict. Now it's open, and for the first time in over half a century, the people of two towns that were literally places apart have been able to go to and fro again unimpeded. Since peace broke out, these neighbouring communities have begun to build on the good relations they managed to maintain despite all the odds throughout the Troubles. This programme, in fact, could be retitled Places Together. For this week, we're in Belleek in Fermanagh and Ballyshannon in County Donegal.
Turn your face to the town, turn your face to the mountain, at every turn of the road, there's a memory. Gather the past in your arms, at every turn of the road, a possibility. Every man thinks he's silent, every heart wants to hold its own, but there are voices calling from mind and heart. Someone places apart, and there are voices calling from mind and heart. Someone places apart.
Since the ceasefires of last autumn, the outlook in this area has been transformed. Despite the years of conflict, local people have struggled to keep the tourist industry alive. And now hopes are high on both sides of the border that the number of visitors to this lovely part of the country will increase dramatically. Tourism for you in this part of the world is a big thing, isn't it? And the fact that you link over with Connor is all part of the scenery, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
And actually it's going to get to be a bigger thing now with the peace process in action. We expect to see tourism numbers coming westward in larger amounts. Like we expect to see a bigger increase in the amount of tourists coming over. We work hand in glove.
Connor, this has always been one of Northern Ireland's major tourist attractions. I mean, it has scenery, it has the facilities. You've always had quite a number of people coming here, haven't you?
In the past, mainly German and Swiss.
Now, what was the attraction for German and Swiss?
It's the environment. I think is one of the big sellers. The lack of pollution, the fresh air. The fishing is another thing to come for. Guinness and some Irish music. But it's probably the unspoilt scenery. The fact that we have so few boats on such a large stretch of water.
Isn't it funny though that the fact that things were very unsettled here didn't seem to worry them?
It made it very hard to sell. I think in the future it's going to be somewhat easier. But if you look at the tourism product around the world that they have available now at the sort of prices that would be comparable to ours, we're going to have to continue working hard.
I can see the point of you working together, Barney, but in practice, how does it actually work out?
Well, we try and work. We're trying to work together on joint marketing approaches where we will be seeing the advantages of people that are coming for a week's cruising on the Erne that might want to go and visit the west coast of Ireland and get a chance to go for a day of sea fishing on the Atlantic. Likewise, somebody coming up to the west coast of Ireland might want to come over for a day's fishing on the lakelands in Fermanagh, and that's where Belleek and Ballyshannon are unique in our close proximity to one another, that we can work hand in glove.
All you need is the weather, chaps, eh? Well, somebody up there has got to do something about that, huh? Cross-border cooperation over tourism is by no means a new thing. In a region like this, it's long been recognised that joint efforts benefit everyone.
Absolutely. The last 6 months have seen dramatic movement in terms of joint marketing of the island of Ireland, new initiatives in all sorts of marketplaces, and an exciting summer ahead of us all.
In reference to this area particularly, Mary, I mean, what are you looking at?
We're looking for a major increase in tourists coming up from the south and from overseas to visit Northern Ireland, and consequently coming through the town of Ballyshannon where I live. And we would expect that we will have a much greater influx of visitors coming to Northern Ireland.
Why does it make sense to do things together?
Well, I think because we're so compact really on the island that a visitor coming in doesn't notice any borders and wants to go where the tourist attractions are. So here in a place like Belleek, straddling the border with its tourist information centre, it's an ideal touring centre for Donegal, Tyrone, Fermanagh and the whole of this northwest part of Ireland.
The tourist industry is living proof of the existence of a peace dividend. The fact that bookings are already well up on previous years is of course music to the ears of the members of Belleek's Local Development Association, a voluntary group that has succeeded in raising funds from both the Department of the Environment and the International Fund for Ireland. The association has always known that working on a cross-border basis pays off. It has established a cruiser company and undertaken a massive facelift of the village itself. Now plans are afoot to revamp the hotel. Everyone realises that quality accommodation is needed if visitors are to come and spend time in Belleek.
We couldn't but gain from what has happened. The village itself we were closed off practically from our natural hinterland in Donegal with checkpoints, customs and all the small little border roads, which there's 5 right in the area for a 10-mile radius, and they're all opened up now, and that's going to make a colossal difference to the village.
Not to mention the threat of being bombed if you came here on holiday, of course.
Absolutely. There was a period during the Troubles when people used to predict with great accuracy when something was going to happen in the village, and it was very disturbing and annoying.
But the future is much rosier.
The future looks very good, excellent, yes.
This is a view shared by the people of Ballyshannon, just 15 minutes drive across the border into Donegal. Ballyshannon has also suffered from the economic depression wrought by the Troubles. It's little wonder the only hotels that have managed to survive are smaller family-run affairs like Dorian's Imperial.
We have a lot of tours for 95 already, and we have tours already booked for 96 for British tourists, which we would never have had before.
And people from the south as well, presumably.
People from the south are coming up more. People in the south always regarded the north as the Black North. And I suppose they may come as far as Sligo or Donegal, but they would be very slow to venture into Belleek or Fermanagh area.
So do you feel very optimistic about what's happening at the moment?
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's very, very important. It's the biggest break we ever had here. Because Donegal and the north, we'll say, when I say Donegal, I would say Fermanagh as well, because that's our nearest hinterland. They have suffered very, very much, because it was always regarded as a no-go area.
Thankfully, that's no longer the case, and efforts to improve the range and standard of places for holidaymakers to stay are being redoubled. Self-catering has always been popular around the Fermanagh lakelands. Back in 1981, Carlton cottages were opened to cash in on the interest shown in the area by German and Swiss fishermen. The Troubles made the job of marketing them an uphill struggle, but the enterprise managed to survive. And now, in the new climate of peace, real rewards are in sight after the years of hard work.
Even since September, we find we did a few holiday shows, and we find that the mainland Britain, England, Scotland, Republic of Ireland, the market has really come up now, and we find a lot of people wanted to come and discover the north this year.
Well, I must say they look extremely nice to me. I can imagine that most people probably ask for this cottage here, looking over the water. Isn't it lovely? I suppose really you've got to be absolutely sure that you're offering the sort of standards that people from continental Europe expect.
Yes, well, we find now that the continentals expect high quality, and that's what we think our cottages are, of a high quality and standard.
Good morning. I hope we're not disturbing you.
Oh, not at all. Good morning.
You're from where?
I'm from Germany, Düsseldorf.
Now, what brings you to Ireland?
Oh, it's the people, fishing, the countryside, everything together.
And how many times have you been here?
In Ireland coming for holiday for 15 years, and it's my 4th time in Belleek.
Well, you must be very brave to come here, even during the worst part of the Troubles.
Oh, I don't think so. I see here and there some soldiers, but that's not a problem for me.
What do you think of these holiday cottages?
Oh, very fine, high standard. I think the best I found myself.
That's high praise, especially coming from a visitor from continental Europe. We'll let you enjoy your holiday. Thank you.